Good morning, all of you. Today let's have brief critical analysis of the poem Mending Wall by Robert Frost. In the beginning itself, that is while giving the introduction of the poet and the poem Mending Wall, I told you usually a poem has more than one meaning. One is superficial meaning. Superficial meaning, or what we say, the meaning at the outer layer, that is the meaning that we get only by reading the poem once, or just with our one reading, or just by glancing the poem, or with the one reading we do what the meaning we are going to get, that is mainly called superficial meaning. In the same way, the poem, most of the poems, even they have one more meaning, that is a deeper meaning, inner meaning, or the real intention of the poet for writing that poem. So that inner meaning or deeper meaning or the real intention of the poem we do get mainly by reading the poem second or third time. That is, when we go deeper of that poem, definitely we can understand, we can realize the real intention or real meaning of that poem. Okay, here the superficial meaning of the poem, or meaning at the outer layer, it is mainly, as already told, during spring season in village side or rural side, the farmers, they do become very busy mainly mending or repairing the wall. So here superficial meaning of the poem is keeping the fence or wall, compound wall, in a very good condition, so that there should be no more trespass, there should be no more encroachment. Animals or any other outsiders, they cannot enter our land easily, they cannot enter our field or garden easily. Whenever we have a very proper fence, or whenever the wall, compound wall, it is in a very good condition. So if there is no more if the wall, it is not in a proper condition, easily, very easily, the animals, outsiders, they may enter, they may destroy, they may spoil the crops or garden, so that it may lead to the quarrel, it may lead to the dispute, and definitely this dispute is going to destroy a very healthy relationship, a very beautiful harmonious relationship among or between the neighbors. So it is somewhat, it is mainly told, it is very necessary to maintain the or to mend the wall if it is required, if there is any damage in the wall, if there is any gap in the wall, definitely it is very necessary to mend the wall. So this is the superficial meaning, or this is the for the meaning, outer meaning at the outer level, or meaning what we are going to get it just by with our one reading. In the same way, this poem also has a inner meaning of the poem. Here inner meaning, as already told, deeper meaning of the poem, a real intention of the poem. So the first one is self-imposed barriers prevent human interaction. Once again, at the introduction part itself, this very point also has been discussed. So here, that is human interaction. Since we are human beings, we are living in this society, it is very necessary to have a very healthy interaction, a very healthy, beautiful communication among human beings. Since we are living in this society, we are the social beings, it is very necessary to have a very beautiful interaction, a very beautiful communication. So through this communication, through this interaction, we can share, we can exchange our ideas, we can understand the feelings, the emotions of other people, and also others, they also can understand our feelings. So there will be no more if there is a very good understanding among human beings, and it is possible only whenever there is a very beautiful, healthy human interaction or human communication. Definitely there will be no more scope for dispute, quarrel, or wars. So but what happens whenever there is a wall, man-made wall, artificial wall? This wall or barrier, mainly it prevents, or that is we cannot have a very beautiful interaction whenever there is a wall. Whenever it is not possible for us to have a beautiful communication, interaction, whenever we doubt the people, definitely in that case, wall, it is very much required. But according to the speaker of this poem, whenever there is a very beautiful understanding, whenever there is a very healthy that is interaction or communication, then there will be no more necessary or wall, it is not at all required. But this self imposed barriers, this man made barriers or walls, they do prevent a very healthy communication interaction, so that we human beings, we are not in a condition to expose, or we are not in a condition to express our feelings, emotions. We try to hide everything in ourselves, then definitely we are going to suffer a lot. So first point, there should be no more barriers, there should be no more wall. We should be, our mind, we should be just like a open book. And one more very beautiful that is the point also has been discussed, that also has been analyzed, or in part of introduction only. As already told, here in this poem we have clash between two ideas. Something there is that doesn't love a wall, and this first point idea has been represented by the speaker, a person who is very progressive, a person who always thinks of reforming the society, a person who always thinks about a very better society, a better future, a progress. So for him, just he wants to, that is the speaker, he doesn't want the wall, so he mainly thinks the wall should be avoided, and he gives his own reason why the wall should be avoided, or why the wall should be destroyed. And first thing, just to prove the speaker he doesn't love the wall, here I am going to quote one line to prove the very intention of the speaker. The speaker who doesn't love the wall, the speaker who wants to bring down the wall. That line is, he mainly tells, or he mainly addresses the stones while mending the wall, or while keeping the wall, stones one by one. Both of them, both the neighbors, they are very busy at that time. The speaker who doesn't love a wall, he mainly says, he mainly tells or addresses or requests the stones of the wall. Stay where you are until our backs are turned. That means at least we are here. Yes, the stones, they should be in a proper place. As they go out, as both of them they go out, if the stones they are going to that is going, they are going to fall down, he doesn't there is no more tension, he doesn't bother, mainly because for him, he doesn't love the wall, he hates the wall. So even only out of concern for that neighbor, the old man, this speaker he is trying to help. Otherwise, really the speaker he doesn't love the wall at all. That one point. And second one, to prove once again the speaker he doesn't love the wall. And here one more line is there. He mainly, the speaker he mainly says, in his garden, in the garden of the speaker, he has only apple trees, whereas in the garden of the neighbor, the neighbor has only the trees, pine trees. And according to the speaker, his justification is that the apple trees, they do not go and enter the field, the garden of that neighbor or old farmer, and eat the cones of the pines. In the same way, pine trees, they do not come and enter and eat the apples of the speaker's garden. Then what is this? If the trees, they are not at all in a condition to move from one place to another, that means if the trees, they are not able to destroy the garden of other people, then why should we need the wall? So wall should be avoided, wall should be destroyed. At the same time, the speaker he also quotes one more example in his further justification to convince the neighbor one doesn't want the wall should be, that is, broken down. He mainly says, okay, if we have any animals in the surrounding area, definitely we need the wall, mainly to protect our garden, protect our crops from the animals, mainly because the animals, they are not in a condition to understand, they cannot understand whether they have to enter somebody's garden or not. If there is no more wall, very easily the animals, they are going to enter and eat and destroy the garden. So in that case, definitely one needs wall. But here, according to the speaker, in that surrounding area there are no cows, no animals at all, then why should we need the wall? We are only human beings, and we human beings, we have the common sense, we have the knowledge, we know very well whether we have to enter somebody's land without permission or not. So we definitely, we people with the common sense, with the knowledge, being educated, definitely we are not going to commit any mistake by trespass, by entering somebody's land without the permission. So in that case, if we have no animals, then why should we need the wall at all? So according to the speaker, one doesn't want the wall should be broken down, wall should be brought down. But that neighbor, his old farmer, the neighbor, though he doesn't express anything, but in his in his action itself, he indicates good fences make good neighbors, and it is the belief his father, and that is the neighbor's father, old farmer's father, has told him, and it is the belief, and this neighbor, he has a very firm belief in the statement of his father, good fences make good neighbors. So whenever there is a good fence, good wall, if it is in a proper condition, then definitely there will be no scope for any quarrel, we can lead a very happy life. And one more very beautiful meaning of this poem, it is, which is universally applicable. That is, universally applicable means the idea, the theme, it is applicable not to any one generation or not to any one particular area, but it is universal. The theme, the meaning, it is applicable to each and every person, to each and every being. That is mainly called universally applicable. So here, universally applicable theme of this poem, it is that wall mainly suggests hatred, jealousy, pride, discrimination. That is all the negative qualities. If we people are going to avoid or destroy all these negative qualities among ourselves, definitely, as already told, we can build Ramarajya, we can build peace. Whenever there is no more war, whenever there is no more quarrel, definitely we can have a peace, and we can lead a very happy life. That is only this hatred, this jealousy, this pride, this arrogance, all these negative qualities, definitely they may lead for further that is war, further dispute. So what is very necessary? Wall should be brought down, wall should be collapsed. Only means all the negative qualities which are in us, which are among us, among human beings, in the human beings, all these negative qualities, first they should be collapsed, destroyed, brought down, broken down. Then only definitely we can have a very beautiful life, we can lead a very beautiful life, and we can maintain a very healthy relationship, a very beautiful relationship all through the world. So this is a very beautiful theme concept of this poem Mending Wall, written by a very famous American poet Robert Frost. Okay, thank you.